Hello, welcome back to my channel. It honestly feels a bit weird sitting down and talking to the camera after so long, but I think I'm finally ready. Today's topic is about why I stopped creating for so long. Creating becomes hard when you start caring too much about what other people think. Maybe other people's opinion are not important after all. No. Maybe that's not the right way to say it. What I mean is you don't have to accept all of the comments, criticism, or perspective from others that they throw to you. Of course, constructive criticism is quite important, so we still have to listen to feedback that helps to grow, right? But some comments are just hurtful with no reason, and sometimes we really have to stop letting those voices control us. Like sometimes you just have to close one of your eyes and go for it anyway. Like 睁一只眼闭一只眼 or 闭起你的眼睛冲. Honestly, it's still better than doing nothing because of fear. At the end of the day, people are not the ones paying my bills or taking responsibility for my life. I'm the one putting in the effort. I'm the one spending years building my work, my career, and my life. So maybe I don't need to feel embraced for sharing my thoughts, my videos, or part of my life online.
Hello.
Hello. Say hi. Hi. Meme, say hi.
Hi.
I also think creating becomes hard when you don't genuinely enjoy your life anymore. I moved to Kuala Lumpur in October 2022, and it has been around 3.5 years now. To be honest, the first 1 or 2 years were quite difficult for me. I wasn't used to the lifestyle here at all. I stayed in a rented room with no windows. This place smelled like smoke, and the environment felt messy, and the people living there barely cared about each other. Everyone was just doing their own thing. I ended up moving out after 1 month and gave up my deposit just to leave. KL feels very different from Penang and Singapore. And I slowly realized I'm actually someone who gets energy from peaceful environment, nice views, nature, and the sea. Somewhere during these few years, I think I slowly lost inspiration without even noticing it. Because when life feels difficult, you honestly don't even know what to share anymore. You become too busy trying to fix your life. You spend all your energy trying to make things better, and slowly, creating starts to feel like an extra thing instead of something enjoyable. So relocating also means rebuilding my entire life again. I used to work in a corporate world for a while before moving into music education full-time when I was in KL. I work in a music school doing marketing, social media, doing events, content creation, while also teaching music at the same time. I was doing many things at once, but eventually I realized my income growth was still quite slow. So later on, I decided to slowly build my own freelance teaching career instead. So I do private teaching, early childhood music courses, freelance work. All of this took a lot of time and energy to build from scratch. Like finding the right student, finding the right workplace, finding the right boss, blah blah blah. And honestly, I struggled for quite a while. I was constantly adapting to new environment, new routines, and new responsibility. So even though I still love creating, somewhere inside me, I didn't really have the mental space for it anymore. But I think things are getting better right now. Freelancing gives me a little bit more of freedom and flexibility. And slowly, I feel like I'm starting to have space again to do things I actually want to do. So the third reason why I stopped creating for so long is appearance anxiety. I know this sounds shallow, but I think it affected me more than I realized. When you don't feel confident about how you look, you naturally become less willing to put yourself online. You start questioning yourself. Why would people even want to watch me? And when insecurities stay with you for a long time, it slowly affects your decision, your behavior, and even your confidence as a person. Sadly, this stayed with me for a few years. So recently, I started trying to understand myself better instead of forcing myself to be confident. I began paying attention to my habits first, especially my relationship with food. And I slowly realized a lot of my food choices were actually emotional. When I'm stressed, unhappy, or tired, I tend to buy a lot of snacks and eat everything at once, especially during late at night. We're gonna talk too much on this, so that's probably another topic for another video about relationship with food. Another reason why I stopped creating for so long is because I slowly become more calculative when I grew older. You started to calculate everything. You calculate whether something makes enough money. You calculate whether something is worth of your time. You calculate every move before you begin. And when you become too realistic, it becomes really hard to do uncertain things, especially creative things. Because around you, everyone seems to progressing so fast after graduation. People are getting promoted, getting married, having kids, buying houses, building families, and sometimes doing creative work feel very useless compared to all of that, especially when you're already around 30. So sometimes you wonder, shouldn't I be doing something more serious? But maybe turning 30 also makes you start questioning your life more honestly. You begin asking yourself what kind of life you want to do, what kind of life you actually want, not just what looks successful to other people. And maybe that's why I'm here again, because deep inside, I never really forgot that part of myself. I didn't stop thinking about creating. I didn't forget the feeling of wanting to make videos, and it was always somewhere inside me, quietly waiting. So I still have so many thoughts I want to share. I just didn't start. And maybe that's the first time I'm creating without trying to impress anyone. So yeah, here I am. And if you are someone who also stopped doing something you once loved, maybe this is your sign to slowly start again. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to become amazing immediately. You just have to begin. And if you ever feel like this before, you can let me know in the comments. I think sometimes it's comforting to know we are not only the one who figuring our life like that. And if you want to stay for more slow videos, random talks, music, or about little pieces of my life, maybe you can subscribe. So I'm still figuring things out too, but I think I'm finally ready to start again, because now is probably the youngest you'll ever be again.